Now, we know starting off getting into real estate, like it's hard making money. So how do we get this guy to where he makes six figures his first year?
You're going to do one every Saturday and Sunday for 5 months and not a single lead's going to come in. And that's okay. Got this listing. I don't know the person. He doesn't know me. We've never in our lives met.
I'm not going to cap for the podcast.
How are you going to get advice, with all due respect, from someone who doesn't have what you have or what you want to get to?
But I also got this other person because I was dressed nice. So I got 2 deals off of like this one visit. You look really sharp, they're going to, appreciate you more. If you're looking a little bit sloppy, that's how they're going to take you.
That guy who came to you and said, I thought you're the salesman. 99% of the agents would be like, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm just here with my client. And they'll walk away. The market's the market. And it doesn't care who you are.
Yeah.
I did that because I had a baby face. And people weren't going to take me serious because I was too young in the business. And the industry that we're in, if you serve people, serve for free. That person is like, I called Karam 10 million times about real estate, about this one thing. Eventually, when it's time, they're going to ring back to you and they're going to hire you to do whatever it is.
Our generation is really big on speaking things into existence. You got to work things into existence. You know what I mean? Like you can speak things into existence, but you have to actually put in the work too.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a beautiful day, and we are at podcast number 10 and 1 means 11. Podcast number 11, and you have with you Karam Khalil and
Ben Wegmann.
And on this podcast, guys, we got a 5-letter word that if you don't know it already, after 10 podcasts, and this being the 11th, we're going to have to do something new. What's the 5-letter word?
It's value.
Value.
Value, baby.
So what does that mean? Like, it's value. What does that mean? Like, what are we trying to tell them?
We got to give them good stuff, man.
Good stuff, and we're trying to give it to you guys every single podcast. As much as we know, as much as we do, we're trying to bring that for you all. That's why our podcast, some of them an hour, some even 2 hours. Our latest one was an hour and like 50-something minutes. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a long time, man.
Very long, seriously. And we're trying to bring you guys that value, so we hope you're enjoying that. And shout out to those listening on Spotify. We appreciate you. And shout out to those on YouTube watching. Just don't forget to hit that like, that subscribe button, and then share it with somebody you love. We talk real estate. We talk business. I'm a commercial real estate agent and investor, and Ben is a luxury residential real estate agent and business owner, and we give you guys what we know. If we don't know it, we'll call a lawyer, we'll call a CPA, we'll call another broker, and we'll figure out the answers for you, and maybe we'll even call a 1031 exchange company to figure that out for you.
Yeah.
If we don't know it,
lots of people to call.
We got the resources, so if we don't know it, we'll get you guys the answers. Now, I'm going to share with you guys some epic stories, real estate stories that happened with me in the last week with clients and with deals, and then Ben has some cool stuff that he wants to share. I know you said you got some stuff that you want to open with, so we're going to let you do that.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you guys that value. So enough intro, let's dive right into it. So what is it that you were telling me you wanted to talk about opening on the podcast?
Yeah, so I got a question from someone who's about to get into real estate. He has a family. He's like, I'm making a career transition, and my first year I want to make 6 figures. Now, we know starting off getting into real estate, like it's hard making money. So how do we get this guy? How do we break it down to him to where he makes 6 figures his first year?
Wow.
So what would you say an average deal size is? Average residential.
I love this opener.
Yeah, because then we'll kind of we'll break it down. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this real quick. 6 figures means 100,000 plus. Yeah. Just to make it clear. Okay.
Yeah. And this is not going to be net. We can go further into that, but just making 6 figures before paying taxes and all
average deal size let's just say gross without broker splits and stuff. Is that what you want to say?
Like an average sale. What would you say is like an average sale? Like price point? So
it depends what area, but let's just speak for deals that I'm doing. I would say average is maybe like 350 to 700.
That's the exact same number I had, 350. Really? I think that's like an average number.
And 700 is higher though. But 350 is, I feel like.
So what's 3% on 350?
$9,000, 10 and a half maybe.
Yeah, just say like 10,000.
Okay.
So if you want to make 100,000 at the end of the year, and the average deal is 350. Say you're doing one of those a month. So you're making $10,000 a month off of a $350,000 sale.
Nice.
So at the end of the year, if you do one a month times 12, that's like 120 grand right there, right?
Correct, yeah.
Now we got to talk about paying taxes, broker splits.
Yep.
What would you say an average broker split is?
80-20.
80-20, okay. So if the broker's taking 20, you're going to need to pull out the calculator.
Yeah. And by the way, 80-20, it just depends. Some people 70-30, some people 90, some people 95.
Yeah.
There's transactional fees 500, but 80-20, let's go general.
Yeah.
And then y'all can run the numbers based off of what your splits are.
Sure.
calculator's open.
Yeah. Okay. So what is 80% of 120?
So 120 grand times 80%, 96.
96. So you're still almost there
Mhm.
after paying your broker split. And then, of course, you got taxes too. But what I'm getting at is you can sell one house a month, an average home a
Yeah.
month, and you can get to making around 100 grand in your first year.
You know what I love about what you're saying?
What's that?
You're literally making it attainable.
Yeah. And it's as simple as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
So say you only want to do 6 deals a year, then double that 350 number. You
Nice.
sell $700,000
Yep.
homes. Yeah. And again, there's going to be taxes and stuff like that, but this is like the simplest way to kind of break down to how you can get to making 6 figures your first year.
And that's if they're 80-20.
Yeah.
Right. And that's if they're doing a 350. Now we're taking under the assumption that the people hiring you is giving you 3%.
Right.
Your splits are 80-20. Then you have taxes you have to pay, which will probably take you down. Let's say if you got grossed 100, take you down 20 grand. But then you have expenses of your driving, and then the standard deductions and certain things depending how you do it.
Yeah.
You could, based off what you said, do the 100,000.
So realistically, to make 100 grand your first year, you probably need to sell, I would say maybe like a $425,000 home every month.
I got you.
Or just do that much in business
Mhm.
every single month. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that a way that I would run it is close. You have, because some deals that you do, you don't know. Some deals that you do, they're $1 million.
Yeah.
Some are 300.
I'm just kind of saying on average, like the
Oh,
average.
okay, the average
what's the
income.
average sale going to be? Just to make it easy
Okay.
numbers. But yeah, obviously one deal you'll do, it'll be like 200,000. You may do one for 800,000.
Nice,
You know
nice.
what I mean?
So you're talking 12 deals a year
Yeah.
to break the
Yeah,
6 figures.
10 average deals a year to make 6 figures. your
And
first
here
year.
and here's what it is. If you're able to do those 12 deals, or 10 deals, or was it 12?
12.
If you're able to do the 12 deals, those 12 people will refer you.
Yeah.
Those 12 people who you help will take care of you. Things will be, they'll ask you to help buy, to help sell, they'll ask you to help lease. So if they just follow what you're saying about the 12 deals,
Sure. One a month.
they're easily breaking 6 figures because
Yeah.
they have so much coming after
Yeah.
that.
And I'm really big on goal setting. So it's like, okay, for the month of January, like literally just focus on selling one home a month. Don't worry about the
Nice.
other months. Like do whatever you have to do to sell that one home that one month. If you sell 2, awesome, you're ahead of schedule.
There you go.
You know, and then into February you do the exact
Nice.
same thing.
And some people might be wondering like, hey, but Ben, I can't even get a listing.
Yeah.
His focus is 1 month, focus hard, get that listing or get that buyer, no matter
Mhm.
what it is for
Yeah.
that month. Now, his focus is also, hopefully I'm saying this right, is houses take, let's say 3 weeks to 4 weeks to close. So if it took you a month to get the first listing or the first buyer under contract, then you start working that one deal a month, and then it kind of like trickles into each other. It's like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
And then 1 month you're closing 5 deals just randomly because they overflowed on each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
Yeah. And
It's crazy how wild it is to look at. I think the average income for a realtor, maybe 40, 50, 46K.
I think it's actually less than that. I think I might be lowballing it. I think it was literally like 25 grand.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Average. Yeah.
You can't even survive off of that.
No, that's
Oh
like
my
poverty
God.
level. But how do these guys generate business? So say you're a new agent starting off, you have no social media presence.
Yeah.
How are you going to get business? What's one thing that you can do? I have some things that I have in mind. We can kind of just keep
Okay,
firing
so
one and one.
you're new,
Uh-huh.
you got no social media presence. Let's say you don't know anybody.
Right.
It's so tedious. I know it's just like, if you guys listen to the podcast over and over, you're like, oh my God. The right brokerage, the right person in that brokerage, you need to work underneath them, and you need to work as much as you can for free helping them.
Good.
You'll get business. The basic open house stuff as well. I'm going to pass it to you, but I'm going to go in a little bit more depth on that.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can literally go on like Canva, which is like a graphic maker. You can print off some door hangers. Literally one day, go
Nice.
put up like 500 door hangers. Maybe one of those people will call you. It's a numbers thing.
I
You
love
know what
that.
I mean? It's a percentage thing. So if you put up, 1,000 of them,
And you said Canva, meaning they have no money, so this is not even
Yeah,
costing you guys.
it's
printing,
cheap.
yeah,
It's very
printing,
cheap.
you can make that work.
Yeah.
So you design it and stuff.
So
That's
maybe
cool.
you put up 1,000 of them. You're probably going to get someone that will contact you, at least
Yeah.
one person. I remember when I first started off, I did postcards, which is another thing that people can do to expired listings. I sent out probably 1,000 postcards. I had someone reach out to me,
Wow.
and I listed their property.
That's really cool.
So things like that, they work even as outdated as they may seem. So yeah, doing door hangers, and what I mean by that is literally creating a graphic like I'm a realtor, blah blah blah, like hype yourself up,
yeah.
and then you just put it on people's doorknobs.
I got a really good one.
Yeah. Okay.
Check this out.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I live on this street.
Uh-huh.
This street has, in my neighborhood, I have 70 houses.
Okay.
I am not kidding you. I feel like the biggest failed realtor in the world.
Okay.
When my flipping neighbor lists their house.
I know there's another sign and it's not yours.
Okay, now check this. It's not my neighbor on my left or my right or in front of me. It's the neighbor on the other street or the streets, 2 streets on the other side. But to get to this neighborhood, it's that one street to get in.
Yeah.
So they're considered my neighbor. How in the world did I move into a neighborhood?
Yeah.
I'm talking about me. This is actually happening.
Yeah.
Did I move into a neighborhood where I did not intro myself to every single neighbor and just say, hey, I live on 123 Main Street. I'm also a real estate agent. If you ever need anything, free comms, free check. If you need help with anything, don't hesitate. Here's my number.
Love that.
How in the world didn't I do that?
Yeah.
And for me, I saw a sign the other week, and because I have access on the MLS, I have everybody to send me. It's like a mile radius from my neighborhood.
Sure.
Whatever list comes to my email. I just like to know what's happening around me. And I've seen 3 in the last maybe month and a half in a seller's market. How did I not get those listings?
It's so funny you said that because I'm the exact same way. I see
Really?
these other signs. I'm like, man, that should have been me.
Yeah. And I didn't put in the work. Like I didn't knock. I didn't put the things that you were saying to put. And I should have done that because the door is so much easier when you're a neighbor. Yeah. So you live in an apartment complex. It's the same game. You go to the apartments, to the neighbors. If there's like 4 or 5 buildings, just stick with your building. If you're lazy, stick with just that building, but do the rest if you can and knock. Say, hey, I just wanted to know, I live on the 3rd floor. If you ever need anything, let me know. Also, I'm a real estate agent. If you want me to help you find a new apartment to lease, or when you're ready to buy a house or rent a house, I'm right there.
Nice.
Then in 3 weeks, in 1 month, in 2 months, send them cookies. Stay in their face. Do something. Man, that's like, if you know, like we're talking, you know nobody. You just moved into Texas and you know nobody because your whole family's in Cali, say. That's just a huge door. Yeah. Then bounce brokerages. What I mean by that is if the first broker that you interviewed or the people that you saw in there didn't vibe or didn't connect or didn't seem helpful to you, just find the next one. Don't sign up until you meet the broker and not just happy with the broker, happy with who works with the broker. Ask who's the top performer. Are they in the office? How can I talk to them? Ring them a call and say, hey, I plan to join this brokerage. Would you be open to giving me opportunity to do all your stuff for free?
Nice.
What's the stuff? Opening doors, showing the properties, basic leases.
Putting in the work is what you're saying, essentially.
Exactly.
Not just waiting for things to fall in your lap, which is unfortunately what a lot of people do.
Yeah, and when you say putting in the work, it means like you put in the work and then here is the clear steps of where you got to go. I'm going to say it a million times, Ben. If I came to your brokerage and I'm a new real estate agent, I would hound you. Yeah. I'm serious. Yeah. And I would... why can't I? I can get you access on Instagram, on Twitter. I can get you access anywhere. I can literally come to the brokerage and ask, what's your cell? Yep. I'll drive all around North Texas and I'll look for your sign to get your number on the sign. For example, that's a true hustler. I'll shoot you a call and I'll shoot you a text. Ben, if somebody week after week after week keeps checking in with you, who works in your brokerage.
I actually have someone like that on my team who hounded me.
On your team.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're saying exactly what it is.
I love that. And then Ben gets... You're talking today a couple hundred just from the start of this year of leads. And then Ben passes to that person 30 leads and he converts 5% of them, 10% of them. He just closed 3-4 deals.
Yeah. Easy.
Here's the game, Ben. Yeah. Survive.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people.
Your first year, definitely. Just survive.
Yeah. I have a guy who I asked him, I was like, check, this is so good. That was was a beautiful opener. Here's a guy, I was talking to him. He's a real estate agent for 3 years. Okay. And he's such a hard worker, but he's sadly not guided. Okay. The brokerage isn't guiding him. He keeps jumping brokerages.
Commercial or residential?
Residential mainly.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pushing him to get into commercial, and I'm like, I'll feed you. Let me just get you into our brokerage. Gotcha. But that's a little bit tough, but we're working on it. Anyways, I was like, how much do you need to survive? Right now, every month, what's your expenses? Yeah. You live with parents. He's like 23. What's your
2300?
23 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 23 years old. What's your expenses? You got to pay this, you got to pay this, you got to pay. Okay, how much? Okay. He's like, with paying Zillow, because he gets Zillow leads and they're not really converting. I was like, yeah, give me it with Zillow. He's like, 1500. I was like, without Zillow, he goes $800 a month. I was like, let's assume it's $800 a month. $800 a month, you need to survive. If I told you that we can guarantee you $800 a month, are you good? He's like, I want to make more money though. I want to buy an apartment complex. I want to make big bucks. I was like, that's not my question. $800 a month. People just want to know how to survive. They want a roof on their head. Sure. Can you survive with that? He said, yes. Let's get that for you first, and the next will come. Yeah. The next will come. I was like, I'm going to pass these leads to you. I'm going to give you these listings that have a lot of calls. Let's convert just $800 a month. Don't focus on the money. Don't focus on how much you're making. Stop looking at people. Stop comparing. $800 a month is the goal.
Nice.
Once we flow that for a couple of months, accidentally, it's not 800, it's going to be 1,500 because he closed this one deal that led him to another.
Yeah.
The cheap deals, let me tell you what happened. We're doing a lease in South Dallas.
Okay.
Cheap deal, $700. It's not even worth my gas to drive there, which is exaggeration. But I spend
Gas
a lot
is
of
expensive.
I spend a lot of time on the letter of intent and to make the leases. That person I closed a deal with that we're hired, so we're gonna do the deal for the landlord. It's just
Sure.
how it is.
Yeah.
Told me, oh, by the way, I have another friend who has a daycare business that they want to open. They opened in a higher end area, and it was a $7,000 commission check.
Boom. There you go,
and
baby.
it was water.
There you go.
Because she knew what she wanted and it was firm.
Nice.
So make your $800 a month. I was telling the guy that, mister, and I promise you that one deal is going to convert to that 7K check just like it did for me.
Love it.
Breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how you're going to win in the business. So right now, survive. So what you're also sharing with people, the person, hey, listen to this. If you're coming in to make 6 figures, honestly, and that's like you're like, I'm transitioning and I have to make 6 figures, I don't advise you to get in the business. Not because you can't make it, and you can argue this if you feel something. I think that you're coming in with the wrong mentality. I think you're coming in because you're trying to offset some other career you have. And in order to do that, you're putting a stipulation on real estate. And real estate runs the way it wants to run, not the way you want it to run. You just have to work hard. You might not make money for 6, 7, 8 months. And I promise you that 9th month, you'll make that 6 figures on maybe one deal, right? So don't come in with that mentality. That's a good goal. But if it's not happening, you can't quit on it in 6 months.
Yeah. You can't be 3 months in and be like, I've made no money. Like, this isn't for me. Yeah.
You can't.
Which goes back to what you said, survive for a year.
Survive, that's all.
But I want to kind of just fundamentally, like, if they're going to make 6 figures their first year, how can they do it? Like, what are different things that they can do to be doing that?
I made 6 figures my first year, by the way.
You did?
Which is fun.
Wow, you made way more than me.
Yeah, this is podcast number 1 is how much you shared, or 2?
It was number 1.
I actually did. Yeah, I made 6 figures the first year. I think I grossed 135, 137.
That's
I have
awesome,
the numbers
man.
on it. It
Dude,
was great
for your first year? Are you kidding me?
I'm serious.
But let's break down more things that they can be doing, because I want to help this person, and there's going to be a lot of people that are watching this that want to get into the business, and they're going to be like, well, I want to make 6 figures my first year. So what are other things that they can be doing to generate business? We talk really big on open houses too.
Yeah.
So what we mean by doing open houses is, if obviously you probably don't have a listing yet because you're a brand new agent,
okay,
reach out to other agents in your brokerage who have listings. Be like, hey, can I host it this weekend? To see if I can get you a buyer.
And we would be super happy.
Yeah, of course. It's like, oh, I don't have to do this work. This is perfect.
Yeah.
So do open houses for them. Maybe someone will come in unrepresented and you can represent them, and boom, you already have a client. You've got your one client for the month that you need. Obviously, you want to do more, but we're trying to get you one deal a month, right? Off of the math that we talked about when we first started this. So yeah, doing open houses is really good at generating business too.
And keep this in mind, everybody. The game is about knowledge.
Yeah.
The more you know, the more you're going to make.
Yeah.
So when you do open houses, you're going to do them, and I'm not telling you this by any exaggeration. You're going to do one every Saturday and Sunday for 5 months, and not a single lead's going to come in. And that's okay.
You can be like, this doesn't work.
This doesn't work. It's BS. That's okay. Let me give you a story on how it worked for me, and I made $19,000 or $21,000.
Boom.
Legit deal.
Boom.
Watch this. So when you're doing these open houses, Ben walks in. Hey, Ben, what's going on? How can I help you? Is there any questions that you may have? I'm going to let you cruise through the house. I'm right here. Anything you need, let me know. They walk into the kitchen. Yeah, this is level 5 granite. They got some nice fixtures. They put this Wolf appliances. You're telling them that.
Yeah.
But guess what you're doing? You gain knowledge to tell them that. You didn't know that unless the agent broke that down for you. Yeah. Now you're getting a rhythm with your verbiage and how you speak, and you're getting smarter. And then guess what they're going to ask you? Oh, is there a warranty on this? I'm like, crap, I didn't even ask that. Yeah. Guess what happens next time? Now you ask that. Yeah. Now you know if it has warranty. You're learning.
And if you don't know, you say, I'll get with the listing agent and I'll get right back with you. Please leave your number and email. That 100%. Way you get their information.
And you're gaining knowledge. Yeah. And you're going out there and preaching it, which is giving you guys knowledge. So check this. I did an open house. I got a random listing by a cold call.
Okay. How'd you make the money, Karam? Tell us.
Telling you right now.
Give us.
Got this listing. I don't know the person. He doesn't know me. We've never in our lives met.
Okay.
It had the owner's number on the house. I called him. I said, I can help you get the home sold.
Nice.
And I was like, why has it been on the market for this long? It's a gorgeous home, 100 and something days. What's going on? I live down the street. I have this person down here. He got me the listing, $415,000 home.
Nice.
3%,
nice,
13 grand almost.
Yeah.
That's insane money.
That's great money.
So I got that listing, did a couple open houses, got it under contract.
Nice.
The last open house I did, a family walks in. This family, I talked to them, husband and wife, kids running around. Somehow we clicked. It's just sometimes you click.
You've got really good personality, man. I feel like you can click with pretty much anyone.
I appreciate
seriously,
that.
seriously, I mean that.
And so sometimes you just really, really click.
Sure.
And when these people walked in, it clicked. But I'm not doing open houses. Let me make this clear. I'm not doing it. And I'm not saying this in any wrong way. I'm only doing it because I was forced. I don't like to do open houses.
But you're a more seasoned agent who's got business going on.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I'm forced. Why? Because the owner needed it and I don't have anybody to do it. So I did it. And sometimes the owner specifies, I want you to do it.
Yeah.
So I just run it and I do it. People walked in. I ended up getting their number, their email, and then I told them I'll find them a house.
Nice.
This guy, I got him under contract. He ended up killing the deal and saying, we're not moving anymore. Lawsuit almost happened and whatnot. So I'm like, I spent this much time. I did marketing. I took pictures. I did everything. And I was out the money and he didn't want to sell anymore. So my 12K commission I didn't make. You know what God put me there for?
To meet that other family. Yes. High five.
To meet that. And this is how this is how I think.
Yeah.
God put me there to meet that other family. That other family, I helped them buy a home. It closed. It was listed for $670,000.
Nice.
This is in 2020.
Way more than
it was phenomenal listing, a phenomenal deal. I ended up getting it for $590 for them.
Ooh, good job.
Yeah, the home had some stuff, so we kept bouncing back
Sure.
and forth. $590 on 3%, so 18 grand. I made 17, like 500
There you go, man. Easy money.
off of an open house.
Yes, which is why we keep preaching them.
They make money, and I can't tell you guys enough. Like, there's no way we're gonna share something that we think is gonna waste your time. We won't tell you to do it.
Yeah.
Right? When Ben's talking about putting things on the door, whenever we're talking about doing cold calls, whenever we're talking about these things work, some work more than the other, but at the end of the day, you are trying to throw in what they call like your fishing pole,
Sure.
putting a ton of nets,
Yeah.
and you're just hoping one hits.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So maybe door knocking and cold calling and putting that stuff isn't the strongest, but hey, if you can do that also. It'll help you get that random phone call.
And these are things that you can start from day one.
Exactly.
And then if you want to start generating business on social media, then be building your social media gradually. You're not going to get from 0 followers to 100,000 followers overnight. So
And you can't get tripped up with the number of followers that you have.
Yeah.
Think of the number of followers and the value they are. What if you have 200,000 followers and 100 buyers, or you have 100 followers and 10 buyers? It's the same percentage.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't get tripped up with that. And when you're
it's not the same percentage, but I got what you were saying.
someone's gonna correct you.
I know.
Yeah. So door knock, put those flyers on the doors, do that stuff, and show that on social media too. That's content.
Show that you're hustling.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's content. Put it on people's cars. They gotta take it off the windshield.
Yeah.
You're like, this person's annoying. The next day, boom, slip it right
Yeah.
on. This person's really annoying.
Yeah.
Boom, slip it on.
But
This person,
one day they'll need a realtor.
no, but check this. One day they're gonna call you and say, "Can you stop putting out my car?" I'm like, "By the way, I'm a realtor.
Yeah.
Thanks for
They're
calling
gonna be like,
me."
I know that.
So be like, "Can you imagine how persistent I am to sell your home?"
Yeah, I like that.
And you'll land something.
Yeah.
That was real cool. So we talked, find the right brokerage. That broker is going to have that high producing agent. That high producing agent, give the free work and you'll get the value back.
Yeah.
Then you spoke about putting on design stuff on Canva, put them on the doors. Then we spoke about open houses.
Open houses.
What else are we thinking that can be performing for a new agent?
And the reason why I think this is actually a really good question is I actually saw this thing on Twitter. It was like they polled a bunch of people and they were like, how much money do you need to make as a family of 4, I believe, to feel comfortable? And I think the number was like 110.
Whoa.
That was like the average.
I think that's high.
So people think, well, I mean, the price of everything is high now. So
Yeah,
you got to be making more.
I know engineers who graduated and a couple years in, they're making 65, 70.
Yeah.
Mechanical engineers.
I think this was for a whole family. So maybe you and your spouse. So maybe your spouse is making some too.
Oh, okay. So,
combined.
You're right. Yeah. Okay.
So I think he's not far off by saying, my first year I want to be making 100.
He's not far off, but my concern is real estate is like, Gary Vaynerchuk says it all the time. The market's the market and it doesn't care who you are.
Yeah.
So my concern, right? My concern is he comes in wanting the 6 figures. We both know it's attainable. We've done it.
Yeah.
But I'm worried that it shuts him down.
But
3 months in.
we're going to help. This is what we're doing is we're helping.
There you go.
Yes, it's very tough, but these are things that you can be doing.
And guess what? Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
What we're sharing with you guys right now, you'd learn it on the 4th to 6th month if you're lucky.
Yeah.
We're saying it day 1 and you implement it on the 4th month, you're going to have those 4 or 5 listings under contract. So you're way ahead on this podcast.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. So what else can they be doing? The
So
brand new agent, just freshen the business. So we've got door hangers. You can door knock too. They're kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
One is more aggressive than the other. If
True.
you're scared of people, just do the door hangers.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of people.
Yeah. Open houses, cold calling, which we kind of touched on. What else can people be
I'm
doing?
not a huge fan of cold calling, but I know people do it. They do it heavy. They call owners.
Yeah.
They call people direct, and it can work. But
Yeah. Postcards to expired listings. So in MLS, there's a filter where you can literally see all of the expired listings, so you can send postcards to them. And what would be good verbiage for that? Just like, let's get it sold this time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just make it to where it kind of stands out.
And then we have your neighborhood, wherever you live.
Yeah,
Every door
very
you need
good.
to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
That's
Love
very
that.
powerful.
That's a very good one.
I'm salty because I got my neighbors over here listing without me, but
I
it's all
know,
good.
in a hot market,
I didn't put in the work.
that's easy money.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we have that. I think that touches a strong amount.
Yeah.
You know, as we flow into it, if we think of another thing, we'll let you know. You guys comment below. Let us know what you've done that works for you, or that you think that we could do. That you could do. And we'll kind of chat it up down there in the comments. And if you guys are enjoying this, hit that like button. It's for free.
You like that though? The initial question, like how can I
that
make
initial question? I mean, we're 20 something minutes in. I think that
Yeah.
was fire.
Yeah.
And by the way, join the Discord. I didn't say that in the intro. Join the Discord below. The link's below. You literally have any question. Ben and I are on there where we answer it instantly.
Yeah.
And
Direct access to both of us.
That's huge.
Yeah. For $39 a month. Are you kidding me? That's
think
like
that's
the best.
free.
Talk about value.
Oh, that's value right there. I
Yes.
think that you should join it, ask your question, and then bounce out if you got your answer.
Yeah.
But I promise you won't, because you're going to get a ton of value.
Yeah.
I know that if I had a question and I'm new into the real estate business and I had access to either one of us, I would hound questions.
Yeah.
Now, we'll answer everyone, but please don't hound us. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to transition into something.
Sure.
Here's advice to all real estate agents, which touches on a little bit about what you said. Know your taxes. Have a good relationship with your CPA. And if you don't have a CPA, find a CPA.
You're going to need one.
You're going to need one. Even if you're making 30, 40, 50, 60 grand and you have that basic CPA, but you're ambitious and you're hungry and you know you're going to do well in the near future, start from now. Finding that CPA. I am not kidding you. I have made a couple of mistakes that cost me $100,000 just on taxes. A couple of mistakes because I didn't have that sharp and that solid CPA. That sharp and solid CPA wanted 10K. The basic one wanted 2K. The 8K difference, I lost a couple $100,000 in taxes just because of that.
Does not surprise me. There are so many like little loopholes and stuff.
You
that
get what I'm
these
saying?
Other ones know. Yeah.
So you have to find that right CPA. Please don't go to your dad or your mom and be like, which one did you use?
Yeah.
Unless they're performers.
Yeah.
Because so many people just fall into that family CPA.
You know it's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
I use a family CPA, but they're so good.
But
They're
you can
so
judge
good.
if they're good or not.
Yeah, they're like.
You get what I'm saying?
He saved me, dude. Like he tells me exactly what I need to do.
Yeah.
And it's perfect, bro.
I fell into the family CPA too.
Yeah.
And I'm giving advice that I fire the family CPA to go to another CPA. But you can get lucky. Like Ben has a CPA. He's like, he's real good. That's fine.
I got lucky.
That's really good. Many will be like, Dad, Mom, who do you use a CPA? And then you run with them. But Dad, Mom may not be making that much money. Dad, Mom maybe never sold a property or bought a property. Dad, Mom maybe never did write-offs.
Yeah.
Like the write-offs when you're making a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So you have to know your CPA. Now, let me tell you why I'm talking about this. I was talking to my CPA, and I was like, I want to make a really stupid purchase. Makes no financial sense, but I like cars, right? And he's like, what are you thinking? And I started to chat it up with him and talk numbers with him and basically go into the details of everything. And he was like,
Karam, you idiot.
Yeah. He was actually, which is, believe it or not, he was like, what's your income? Which he knows it, but like he's kind of trying to get it fresh for 2022. And then he starts to talk to me about, not you're an idiot. He starts talking to me about how it can be of benefit to my business.
The car?
Car.
Okay.
How I can save money with tax write-offs from my business.
Which again, a good CPA will tell you about.
Another CPA that is not that experienced will be like, you shouldn't do it because I have a $2,000 car outside, which the CPA owns. How are you going to get advice, with all due respect, from someone who doesn't have what you have or what you want to get to? Yeah. It doesn't work. Yeah. So he was like, this guy's got millions. CPA who has millions, what does that tell you?
He knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff and he's making money. Yeah. So he's like, actually, I'm about to buy a huge purchase. And I was like, what kind? He goes, a watch. I didn't ask him what watch. I know you like watches. Yeah, I know you like watches. He goes, it's going to be a big purchase. I didn't ask him how much, but I'm assuming $50K plus. And he goes,
he's getting that AP.
Maybe so. And he's like, my hope is that the value goes up with the watch. But he's like, there's stuff that are stupid purchases, stuff that don't make sense, and stuff that can make sense.
Yeah.
He said if a car is 6,000 pounds plus, they call it section 179 something, you can depreciate the entire car for the first year if it's for business. This car wasn't 6,000 pounds. He goes, so you can't depreciate
More
it.
like 2,000, huh?
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe like, no, maybe something around that. I don't even know, to be honest.
Yeah.
Little sleek car. It has to be 4,500 pounds, my guess. Believe it or not.
I don't think. Okay, anyways.
We'll check after.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, let's just say it's 2,000 pounds. He goes, you can't write it off, but you can write it off for roughly 15 to 25%.
Gotcha. Which is still something.
Which will save me at the end of the day $5,000 to $20,000.
Nice.
Right? Plus, we looked at the upside. Plus, you can do that 5 years in a row. Like 1 year for 5 years.
Yeah,
Each year you can do it.
Made sense.
So that CPA ended up making it make sense, even after it being a stupid purchase, to make it easier to make more sense.
Yeah.
You're still going to lose some money. There's no way you're going to offset the losses.
Yeah.
But if you're a hustler and you use it for the right reasons and you go to the right meetings and you connect with the right people, people ask questions, Ben, to you about your cars. And I know that. Nice car. I love the leather. I love the exterior.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Yeah.
If you can convert that call to, I do this, and they see you're successful, they're a client.
You just lit up another idea. We'll finish this and then I want to
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that good CPA was a good CPA, and
Nice.
never in your life, listen to this closely, buy off of emotions.
Ah, that's good.
Have you bought off of emotions?
Of course.
Oh, you have?
I've done a lot of stuff off of emotion.
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
When I went,
I'm not going to cap for the podcast.
when I went to go buy this car, I did deposit. 5 days later, research, backed out. Went and did 3 weeks research, risked the car getting sold, and then it ended up being my fate, what they say, of that car being mine. I got lucky, it didn't sell, and then I put a deposit again, and guess what I did? Just today before this podcast, I test drove a Plaid Tesla, and I test drove a BMW M8 Competition, and I test drove a couple other cars. Even after I did 3 weeks research, I didn't want an emotional purchase. Emotional purchase means you see it on the lot, you leave with it the same day. I believe 100% you had no time to research unless you saw it prior and researched it prior.
Yeah.
The Plaid, I almost threw up from how fast it was.
They're quick. Elon has created rocket ships.
They said 1.9 seconds, 0 to 60. Correct me if I'm wrong. Crazy. I'm not kidding you. It hit, and right now my stomach's hurting. If you're full and you drive that car and you floor it, you will throw up.
It thrusts you into
and I wouldn't buy it, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just too much. And I like the exhaust notes and stuff, so that's why.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff, right?
Yeah, that's very good stuff.
Complimenting my own speech.
Yeah, man.
What did it spark, by the way, for you?
You
forgot
not me losing my train of thought. No, it'll come right back. Okay, see, it already came back to me.
Nice.
So you said that getting the nice car, it will answer, like, people will be like, oh, like, this is really cool. Like, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
Right. Which is great for our business, right? Because it opens the door. Another thing. So I am helping a client get a new construction, which is obviously, it's really hard to do right now. There's long wait lists and everything.
Yeah.
So I pull up to the new build office. I'm waiting. I got there before my client, and there's another car driving by. They get out. They think I'm the sales rep because I'm dressed really nice.
No way.
So what I'm getting at is I met up with my clients to do their new build appointment and everything, but I also got this other person because I was dressed nice.
Wow.
Yeah, they literally thought I was a salesperson. I told them I wasn't, but I'd be
Yeah.
more than happy to help. So I got all of their information. So I got 2 deals off of like this one visit. But what I'm getting at is, like, always dress the part. Like, if you're gonna put on a suit, like, wear the tie. You know what I mean? Like, go all out. Like,
be ready.
Be ready and be presentable, because more than likely you'll probably get some more business from that because people will take you more seriously.
I love that.
Like it or not, people are, like, first impressions, people are always going to base you off of that. So if you look really sharp, they're going to, appreciate you more. If you're looking a little bit sloppy, that's how they're going to take you.
Like
that's
it or not, just
is.
like you said.
Yeah.
And Ben, I know Ben's a huge, what do they call it? Proponent? I don't even know what they call it. Ben's very big on leveling up your lifestyle, dressing right, spending on, watches
because
and cars.
It works, dude.
Because it works. It works 100%. If you're not like Ben and you don't work hard, you can't do that.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is you can't buy it, go into debt, assume it works because you just have it, and then you don't work hard. Ben doesn't even
It's a combination
sleep.
of everything.
Yeah, Ben's up early. He sleeps late. He's focused on the hustle. No matter how his team is 5 people. Next week it's 10 people. He's growing insanely, which is a huge blessing and very good for you. But he puts in the work. You can't buy it and think it's just going to flow to you. By the way, you know what people do? I'm sorry to get. I know you're about to say something.
No, you're good.
That guy who came to you and said, "I thought you're the salesman."
Mm-hmm.
99% of the agents would be like, no, I'm sorry, I'm just here with my client, and they'll walk away.
Yeah, no,
You converted.
I chatted it up with him and everything. So what are you guys looking for? And
You
where
converted.
are you guys living right now? And like, he loved me, dude. So
You went to a property the other day in Frisco, 1.4 million for just land.
yeah, 1.35 for land, because I've got a client. He wants a really nice home, but there's not a lot of inventory right now. So what the plan is find some nice land that he can build on. I have a really good builder. So what we're doing is we're working on mock-ups for like a really cool home.
Wow.
We already have the land for it.
Good job.
Right now I'm trying to sell him on the land plus the designs and everything.
So it's not even like there's no construction, there's nobody out
literally
there.
just vacant land.
Yeah, there's nothing out there. So Ben's like, we'll have to just wait until inventory pops up. Ben's like, I'm taking you to land.
Yeah.
You might not have zero experience in building, but we're going to make you build.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I've got a good builder who will do everything. So yeah,
Nice.
it's we're going to try that out right now. I was going to say something
super
else.
cool. Yeah, you were. I'm sorry to cut you on that.
I want to go back to dressing the part. So if you're a new agent and let's just say you don't have a ton of money for your wardrobe and everything. I remember starting off, I did one really big lease deal and I was like, I'm going to upgrade my wardrobe. I literally went to H&M.
Yeah.
They have nice suits. They're literally like a full suit, like the jacket and pants, like $100.
Wow.
So I got 3 full suits for $300.
Good job.
Now, they're not the nicest suits, but no one's going to know it's like $100 suit. You know what I mean? It's not going to fit like these higher end brands.
You get it tailored and you go get it dry cleaned and you're sharp.
There you go. Yeah, but literally like you can go get a full suit from H&M for like $100, maybe like 120 now because of inflation and everything.
All
But
right.
what I'm getting at is you can get like a really nice professional outfit for a good price. You just kind of have to know where to go. Zara has really good ones too. But yeah.
Even like, guys, there is to dress nice has nothing to do with where you get it from.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy who's on YouTube. I don't even know his name. This was like 5 years ago. He literally compared the highest quality brands getting the same exact type of outfits from Walmart. Listen to this.
Yeah.
And he said, this one, he tailored it. Walmart, he tailored Walmart stuff. You pay more than the outfit itself.
Yeah.
And he said
tailoring,
he
yeah.
wore both of them.
Uh-huh.
He said both sat the exact same way. Now, one will shrink faster. One might not feel as comfortable.
Sure.
It might not stretch as much as you want it to. But hey, if you have to do that just to close 5-10 deals, get out and do it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So there is opportunity for you to look good and not have to spend a big buck.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, I was young when I got into real estate. I was 18 years old as an investor, quote unquote. It's so funny nowadays. People, they buy something so little, like they buy something small in real estate and then they go, I'm an investor.
Yeah.
You're really not an investor. An investor is someone who's super active, who keeps moving. But hey, if that makes you feel good in your bio, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
We're not going to tell you how to live.
I was an investor at 18. Like, get out of here. What do you mean you're an investor? I raised $1 million from investors, and I was actually investing, but when I was so young, I feel like people take that far away.
Yeah.
And I was flipping houses. At 21 years old, I think I became an agent. 21 years old.
Nice.
And it was on accident.
Same age for both of us.
Same age?
Yeah.
And it was on accident because I helped somebody buy a piece of land who thought I was an agent. But check this out. I was suited and booted. The minute I knew I became an agent, I went and got like 6 suits. I think the tab was maybe $1,500. All of them were tailored. I was looking sharp. I got some socks. I got handkerchiefs, all that.
You went all out. Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not kidding you. And $1,500 on 5-6 suits, like, I didn't go and buy $1,000 suits. You know what I'm saying? I was within reason.
Mm.
I did that because I had a baby face. And people weren't going to take me serious because I was too young in the business.
You need to look the part.
I get this question all the time. I'm young in the business. People don't take me serious. The suit gave me, even if it gave me a week more than what I looked, that was going to help me somehow.
And it gives you confidence too. When you put on a nice suit, it's like a superpower.
I'm like, where's the deals at?
Exactly.
Like if you're in a suit, there's no way you can't try to close deals.
My guy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wore the suit as a huge reason because I was young in the business and I felt it gave me a bigger boost. People saw I was sharp, and then the successful millionaires, they're like, this guy wears a suit. Yeah, he's young and he doesn't know much, but like, look at him.
He's trying. He's doing.
Look at him.
Yeah.
I remember me when I was in the 20s. I was hustling just like this guy. Let me give him an opportunity.
Yeah.
Every person I deal with till today dealt with me when I was young and said, let me give him an opportunity because I kept at him.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
Love it.
So I think that's some huge stuff, guys. So dress the part. and don't have to break the bank. And I promise you, it's going to gain you more business.
And like you said, you got to still put in the work too. Like
You have to, you can't buy it and then not put in the work.
You know, our generation, I'm sure you've seen this, like people tweet this all the time. Our generation is really big on speaking things into existence. You got to work things into existence. You know what I mean? Like you can speak things into existence, but you have to actually put in the work too.
That's a good one. Like I'm the best realtor. I'm looking at myself every day in the morning.
I'm speaking it into existence.
Yeah, but you just said that, and then you went back to your bed.
Yeah,
and you were laying down, looking at your phone, scrolling.
And
it doesn't work like that.
The person that is putting in the work is the one that's going to be successful.
Speak it into existence and work it into. That's really cool. Work it into existence. I love that. So speaking of speaking it into existence, we're going to do a shift into questions. And I actually had a point I wanted to talk about in this podcast, which this question ignites that point.
Oh,
that's beautiful. This is on the Discord, by the way. We get podcast questions on the Discord. Link below. You have to join it, because you're going to get a ton of value. And then in that podcast, in that Discord, you can actually put questions for the podcast, and they get dibs first. So we ask you guys, and we answer those. So we have Blake Habian, who is inside the Discord, and he asks tips on having difficult business conversations. What keeps you motivated? So I guess these are two separate questions, but we're gonna answer the tips on having difficult business conversations, which ties into something.
Yeah.
I listed a house on the market 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
You know me, I dabble into some houses here and there.
Yeah.
In a selling market, you got to put the houses on the market.
Easy money.
So I listed on the market. I'm not even kidding you. I had one agent I personally knew go there. He goes, dude, the cars keep coming. He was like, just me and there 5-6 people came.
It'd be like that.
Crazy. Houses listed. I'm not going to give exact price because it's still a deal that we're working in the air, but I'm going to margin it. So houses listed, let's margin it up so it sounds cooler. Okay. $419,000.
$10 million
is what it's listed for. I got multiple offers, maybe 8, and I got it under contract for, let's margin it, $450,000.
Okay.
Really good, right?
Yeah.
But it's a seller's market, and we understand that, and that's how it is. But let me say this: 8 offers. I had to make them fight with each other. I had to make this one give me better terms. This one. So it's not just a seller's market. You got to be a good agent too. Not saying that about me. I'm just saying it about if you're someone who's in the market who has an agent, you got to make sure they're sharp, because with a lot of offers, Ben, you can pick the wrong one. Mm-hmm. As an agent, you can guide to the wrong one. You agree?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
So this one was a difficult conversation. $419,000, $450,000 under contract. Client's happy. You know what he's feeling? I just made $31,000 more. Mm-hmm. Try taking that number away from them now.
Yeah. Tough.
We get an appraisal back. You know how quick?
Was there no waiver?
No waiver. Even the other offers wouldn't accept one. Wild. The specific area just didn't have it. 4 days later. Tell me when, if ever.
That's a quick appraisal.
Did you ever get something that quick?
Heck no.
Ever.
They were on it. Good for them.
The agent was like, the appraiser said that he already finished it.
Wow.
Did you see in the notifications from CSS that he did it? I was like,
showing time.
Showing time. Oh, it was CSS before. I was like, yeah, I did. She's like, wow. I'm like, I've never seen it that quick. She sends me an email. It appraised for $419. Exactly what we listed. So this is a difficult conversation. Yeah. Because he was happy getting $319. Crap, I just said the number.
419.
419. He was happy getting 419. And then when I presented to him 450, guess what happened? He's feeling like he made the 450.
Yeah.
I'm going back to him saying,
pocket that. Yeah.
Difficult conversation. He's like, oh yeah, now I got the commissions paid off and I'm netting the 419. Maybe nobody heard the other number unless they were buying it.
It's okay.
So check this. That's a difficult convo. I made him understand. I was like, listen, it always sucks, but this is how the market is. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I said I had a house that we're under contract for $550. It appraised at $472. Yeah. They felt that too. Yeah. I had a house listed for $870. It appraised for $706. Weird numbers.
It can happen,
I was like, you're not the only one. And I want you to know, I know that you felt you got the extra $450. I know that you felt that money.
This is tough.
What am I doing? I'm letting him feel that I feel with him and I understand. Yeah. I know that you felt you got that money, but this is just what we're in right now. We're blessed. What we're going to try to do is pick it up any way we can, scare them with our other offers. Maybe someone else jumps in for a little more. Yeah. Difficult conversation, guys, when the appraisers don't meet the numbers that you're under contract with, especially if it was under actually what they're asking. That's even worse. In this market, we have people overlisting.
Yeah, it's very tough.
It happens. Yeah. So my tip is give them the voice like their voices in their head, meaning, hey, I know that it feels like you got that extra 31K. I would feel the same way, but let me explain to you why you're still blessed. Speak out what they're thinking, because some are afraid to say that or don't want to tell you that because they know they didn't even want that number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them know that you're going to do your best to get them a higher number. You're going to make people bounce off each other. Let them know that you're working hard and you're not going to settle for that appraised number.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like in a difficult convo. You got to be the voice and let them know, guess what? I got your back.
Yes, I got you. Yeah.
You gotta, we have y'all's back in every single thing if you're our client.
Yeah.
If you're not, I'm gonna speak on my behalf. If you're not my client, I don't have your back. So sign up with me at www. There's nothing.
Okay, that's good. So that's good.
What do you think
conversation.
of that?
No, I love that. I think that's great, and I've had to add that conversation.
You've had tough conversations,
plenty of times.
right?
Yeah. So that's good on the listing side. Let's talk about one on the buying side.
Ooh.
So obviously it's a seller's market right now, right? Which means who bears the burden? The buyers.
Yeah.
The buyers, it's tough out there, right? So a tough conversation having with these guys is a conversation you have to have from the very start. You have to let them know, we're going to be bidding on multiple homes. You guys are going to lose on a lot of offers. Do not give up.
You say it up front.
Up front. You got to let them know what the market is.
Yep.
Do not lose faith. We're going to lose on 3, 4, 5 homes, but on number 6, we're going to get it. So just stick with it, and you prep them ahead of time. So that way, when they do lose on 3, 4, 5, they can be like, oh, well, Ben already talked about this. Like, we're almost there. Everything's going to be good.
Beautiful.
That's a tough conversation to have. A lot of agents will be like, oh, you guys are pre-approved. Like, awesome. Like, let's go look now.
Yep.
And then, by the second or third time that the offer doesn't work, they're like, oh, this is the agent's fault. Like, I need to get a new agent.
I love what you said. Yeah. And you know what's tough is Ben's like, I'm going to tell them that it's going to be tough to get wins. What's tougher is when you come back with the first that we lost, second we lost. I got fired from a client who said it was Karam's fault after we offered on 6 homes. Yeah. Their offers the highest offer was $80,000 over ask. I'll be honest with you. I almost fired myself because I'm like, I can't even comprehend paying $80K over ask for my personal home, and I still lost.
It's a wild market, man.
You get what I'm saying?
It's a wild market.
Now, I know myself. I didn't do anything wrong. I still got fired because I didn't give them the expectations that should have been given.
They
like Ben's talking about.
They thought it was your fault.
They thought it was my fault. I didn't make it clear enough.
Karam's maybe too busy. He isn't working as hard on this as he should.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Man,
and not only that, but the first and second one we lost, it was cool. They just understood, and I explained to them. Then it became third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
It gets tough.
And they were stressed, and they're like, no, we're good. Till today, they haven't bought a house.
No.
So they probably realized it. They ended up renting. And I actually work with a family member of that person. So they see I'm still performing with them. But I never care if I get fired by somebody who thinks it's my fault because I know what I do at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's
and
important.
I just keep moving.
That's important, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So those are good, tough conversations to have with
I like how you
buyers
flipped
and
it on the buyer side.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, man.
So Blake, hopefully you liked that answer. That was real good stuff. That was a great question. Here's one that I want to touch on. This isn't a question, but I want to give some advice real quick.
Sure.
As a real estate agent, commercial or residential, I'm on the commercial side, Ben's on the residential side. You will never, ever be left if you're not an agent. You will never be left I just confused myself. You will never be left by a client if you're an advisor, not an agent. Agents can be left. Advisors, it's very tough to leave a good advisor. Why would you leave an advisor when they're advising you and they're doing well? So what I mean by that is this. When I have a client, I have multiple clients right now who their portfolios are 10 to 50 million. They do not make one purchase or sale or lease or move unless they ring on the phone. I am not kidding you. 45-minute conversations about the land that they have and what developments they want every week. And you know what they do? Just brainstorm their dreams to me. We would do multi-use. We'll put commercial in the front, self-storage in the back. We'll make an apartment complex. We'll put retail here. We'll divide. And I'm just like, I don't like that idea. I like this idea. Let's switch it to here. The demand is here. Advising, not making money.
Yeah.
Guess what the problem is today? Everybody wants money today. And if you don't make me money today, you're a waste of my time. Wrong. And the industry that we're in, if you serve people, serve for free. That person is like, I called Karam 10 million times about real estate, about this one thing. Eventually, when it's time, they're going to ring back to you and they're going to hire you to do whatever it is. Don't try to get the instant gratification today.
Great point.
Be an advisor. you'll almost never get fired as long as you're advising good. Being an agent, you'll get fired left and right because there's so many of us out there. Being an advisor means what? You got to be knowledgeable.
Exactly.
You got to know the game. You got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you can portray to your clients that you know what you're doing and you're a good advisor for them, whether they want to buy, sell their houses, lease their houses, do a commercial purchase, a sale, a 1031, whatever. My clients don't even know about a 1031 exchange, some of them. And one of them is selling a $6 or $7 million building, and he was going to take a net profit of a couple million
and pay taxes on it,
and had no flipping clue about 1031.
That's crazy.
Exchange.
That's crazy. But
so
here you come.
Wild. Yeah. When Karam comes in and goes, you can 1031 exchange. Here's this person's number. Let them give you the scoop. By the way, you can defer these taxes by buying another asset, blah, 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 blah. He's like, whoa.
Exactly.
Did you just save me 900 grand and I only give you 3% commission? So I give you 50 grand, but you save me 900 grand in taxes? Yeah. When I'm like, by the way, you can buy a jet with your $14 million profit and it'll offset. He's like, whoa.
That's a great advisor.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think that was fire.
Yeah, I like it, man. That was really good.
That was good, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna answer, let's say maybe one or two more questions. That's pretty funny. We're not gonna answer this, but that's funny. We have a guy named in the Discord, cool guy. His name is Loay. I'm gonna say Loay, Monam.
Okay.
He says, "What was the sneakiest offer you ever put?" I'm pretty sneaky.
Me too.
You want to make sure you look in the dotted lines when you do a deal. Yeah. So we're not gonna answer that because I honestly don't know. Do you he asked another question. Do you look up to anyone? Like, do you have someone that you look up to and why? I look up to people.
I feel like I used to.
You used to.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know why I don't really anymore.
That's a really good feeling because I'm on the same page with you. So I look up to those who are doing well, successful. It just encourages me. It's not someone specific. You know what I'm saying?
That's weird. Now he's got me thinking. I don't really look up to many people now. There were a bunch of people where I was like earlier on where I was like, oh, it would be so cool to be them.
Yeah.
And not to give myself a big head, but I've like really elevated myself.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
And maybe you've even surpassed them. So you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Look at this question.
Dude, it's weird when you pass up people you used to look up to.
It's not just weird, but if you're connected with them and you're cool with them, it gets awkward. It starts to get
yeah, it's weird.
It starts to get awkward. I'm trying to find this question. It was a really good question. Let me just get it for y'all real quick. So Marlene.P asks the question, do you think a person can thrive in real estate while also working a 9-to-5? This is mixed answers. I'm going to let you pick it up first.
Thrive? No.
Oh, nice.
You can still make money, but thrive, like that's a big word.
Yeah.
If you're thriving, so to me, thriving in real estate, you're making
you're about to get...
You're making over 6 figures.
Nice.
Like, you're making really good money. Wouldn't you say? Like thriving, like that's a powerful word. Like if you're thriving, you're doing really well. You're at the top.
1,000,000%.
So if you're working a 9-to-5, can you thrive in real estate? Maybe, probably not though. Because you're focusing a third of your day on this other job. You're sleeping another third, assuming you get 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
So you're only left with 1/3 left to focus on real estate. What happens to the people that are focused on it 2/3 of their day? They're going to run laps around you. They have twice as much time as you.
That's a great point. Yeah. Now, so can you thrive?
You can still make money, and I'm not saying that you can't thrive. I'm just saying like the percentages you probably won't.
Yeah.
As opposed to if you were doing it full time is what I'm trying to say.
Which makes sense because 9-to-5. Keep in mind they might be like, I work 9-to-5,
and
but
you're
going
to and if you're doing a 9-to-5, you're probably tired after the 5th hour or once it's 5 p.m. and you're like, man, like I don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be tough.
So Marlene might be like, yeah, but I'm remote and I'm on my computer and I can help in that. That's great, but you're not really focused. But let's assume that you can close a couple deals. You'll make 20, 50, 60, 70, which is phenomenal.
Yeah,
but depending what your job income is, I believe if you can surpass that, then it might make sense to make the shift. So maybe work part-time like you're trying to do until you can surpass it and then make the shift. I know too many people quit and say, I'm going to go all in and I'm going to do very well. I'm a firm believer of that's a good mentality, but before you quit something, set something up that you're trying to go after. Like people tell me, I'm going to drop out of college. And I'm like, I'm not against that, but tell me when you drop out, what are you going to do?
You have to really know yourself and your abilities.
Ooh.
If you're like kind of on the fence, like, can I make this work or not? Like you should probably stay in college.
Until you can figure it out.
Unless you know 100% that you're going to be able to make it work. Like when I dropped out of college, I knew I was going to make real estate work. You have to know. You can't have doubt in your mind. Like I knew without a doubt I was going to make it happen. And
I love it.
I made it happen.
You've done great.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, guys. If let's just say you're in college and you want to drop out, my answer is first get results from what you're trying to drop out to while in college, because there's nothing easier than working something while you're in college. I did it. And then once you have enough results, show those numbers and then just say I'm going to drop out, because it then makes sense.
Yeah.
But I know people who are trying to drop out and say, because I'm going to start this. Start it now.
Yeah.
You're just pushing it away and you're just playing yourself.
Yeah. Great advice.
Hopefully that answers. It was 2 questions, maybe 3 questions, but I think that was great. This was a very nice podcast.
Yeah,
I love what you opened with. That was awesome.
I think that will give good value and kind of let people know, like, if you want to join real estate, like, how can you set it up to where you can make good money your first year?
This was podcast number 11 was heavy oriented towards real estate agents and those who want to thrive or are a little bit stuck. You can't be stuck if you listen to this through, and hopefully I got the message to you. Everybody on Spotify, we love you. And on YouTube, we love you too.
Yes.
Equally, 50-50.
But you have to like the video. And subscribe, please.
I don't know. On Spotify, I don't even know if they can like or something.
Well, I'm talking. Well, you mentioned
No, I'm talking YouTube. But
yes.
I'm asking, does Spotify have that access?
Maybe.
Do you know if
we
they
have
do?
to see. I think there might be.
There might be like a share button at least. Share it if you love it.
Yeah.
Or share it to somebody that you love. We'd appreciate it. Guys, subscribe for more. We upload a new podcast every single week. We try our best. If we delay a little bit here and there, it's because we got busy, but we try our best. Join the Discord below. We'd really appreciate that. And you're going to get a ton of value from there. Is there anything else we want to leave them off with, or we gave them the value today?
Yeah. Don't just speak things into existence. Don't be like everyone else. Actually work them into existence. That's what's going to separate you.
I love that. Can I ask you for a favor?
Yeah, that's your
Because
favorite.
I think I want to put that into I know, I want to put that in the montage intro.
Okay.
So you would look at them and say that to them, and then we're going to end off the podcast.
Yes. Don't just speak things into existence. Work them into existence. Don't be like everyone else. Actually put in the work, and you will be ahead of everyone else. I promise you.
Beautiful, guys. Podcast number 11. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope you guys took a ton of value from it. And for right now, me and Ben, we're both out. Peace.
Peace.
Good stuff, brother.
My guy. Beautiful.